it looks like it's getting worse and worse at Manchester United as players have gone ahead to submit a save our ship letter to the club hierarchy that please get in other players and save our ship from sinking. That's a story that leaves you with a lot of questions that who is in charge? Is Ten Hag not in charge? Are the players in charge? Being reported by Disco Mira in there for you. We are having a story coming in from a side which goes by the names of Netherlands concerning Frankie de Jong, that the contract of Frankie de Jong, sorry, is it the contract or the agreement between United and Frankie de Jong has expired and they are really trying to reconstruct a new offer. Then Cody Gakpo has been contacted by Adrien Ten Hag. Antony, deal still on. Mauro Icardi offered to Manchester United. Then Leicester City's Jamie Vardy offered a one-year contract by Manchester United. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So guys, today is really a day that confirms all that I told you yesterday, that the club is going to do everything possible to put out stories to suffocate the 4-0 win, the 4-0 loss over Brentford. They are going to do a lot of things. Yesterday, stories came out they're going to terminate the contract of Ronaldo. You know that very well. Sunday was occupied with a lot of news, and today, what did we wake up to? We woke up to the following stories. James Garner for sale, linked to Jamie Vardy, Ronaldo being a problem, and Erik Ten Hag really considering selling him. You get? So right now there is a story that has been put out by Disco Mira. It was not part of my agenda or really my rundown that I'd done to come in here and redo these stories, but as I was planning to come in here and record this video, I saw it and it's just in. They're telling us that Manchester United's players have sent an SOS to the club's hierarchy to make the signings they need to recover from their disastrous start to the season. SOS is save our ship, meaning that the ship is sinking and they want it to get saved. So when you look at such a statement coming in through, it shows you that the board is again trying to put out stories to put the responsibility of the loss to the players. That's what they are doing. Obviously, the players are to blame. You get? But who sanctions the bringing of these players? It's the board. Everything rotates around the Glazers and the board. You get? Ten Hag, the manager, and the players are really down. That's it. They are two below in the figure. So there is no way you're going to really solve the problems down when up is still really stinky and stinking. So that is the club of Manchester United. And Disco Mira went ahead to tell us that a core of senior players, including Cristiano Ronaldo, Harry Maguire, Marcus Rashford, Luke Shaw, and Bruno Fernandes, have told the club hierarchy they need help in form of new signings before the window closes on 1st September. Now, in this story, I've really seen out three things. One, if it's true that these players have really known that some of them are not fit enough to be in the squad, why don't they just really submit and say, all right, sell me, get me out of Manchester United. I feel like I'm not worth to be putting on this shirt. Because Harry Maguire, one of the players, Luke Shaw, and Bruno Fernandes plus Marcus Rashford, why don't they tell the manager that, please, obviously, we've been having difficult time here at the club. This time round, we beg to give other players a chance. So, this story is really so much targetive. It's targeting certain people. That's why you've seen these names being put out. How many English players have you seen in? Harry Maguire, Luke Shaw, and Bruno Fernandes. Sorry, Harry Maguire, Rashford, and Luke Shaw. 3 English players. You get? Now, they are making an alarm to the board. The first scenario I've gave you that, how have I understood this story? One, if these players have really made this alarm to the board and it's genuine, why don't they tell the manager, obviously, we are costing the team, bench us? Why do they keep asking to get enough playing time? So, if at all they bring in new players, what if at all they bring in new players, what assurance do they have that they will come in here and really start? That's it. I don't believe they can say this. Can they? And secondly, Are they acting like Eric Ten Hag? Are they Eric Ten Hag? Because Ten Hag is the one who is talking to the board. Why are they coming out and letting us know that they're the ones responsible for bringing in players? So it's like they want to undermine their manager, and they've gone ahead to tell the board that please get in players. Why should they? Are they the ones who are supposed to really call for this? It's a call action for the manager, not for the players of Manchester United. So the third factor is that why should the club put out such a story? Because they want to get this off them and put it on the players. That the players of United have gone ahead to admit that they are not good enough. We should get them players. You get? So it's really tricky in there for you. The dressing room is in total shambles. You get? So we just have to pray to it that things really get normal as before they really get worse and worse, because it's already bad. It's already bad. We are playing Liverpool next Monday. You don't know how things are really going to happen either for you, but let's keep positive and see what is really going to happen at Manchester United. But these players have put in a save our ship notice to the hierarchy of United, and I want to see these players take responsibility like David De Gea did. Say, obviously, I let my club down. I want to see when Harry Maguire is responsible for us to lose, taking the responsibility and putting out that save our ship notice to the hierarchy. Obviously, they should down tools and say, all right, the game of Liverpool, you're not going to play other players because we feel like we are not good enough. Because the moment you send in that means you're not good enough, because all of those players, they are players at the club who are better than them apart from Ronaldo, Cristiano. Harry Maguire, for me, I've always told you that if I'm listing the top, if I'm ranking them, the defenders at United, I even think Phil Jones is better than him because he's a fast playing centre back. You get? Tuanzebe is better than him. Bailey is better than him. Lindelof is better than him. Martinez is better than him. Varane is better than him. Then he deserves to be on the bench. Then look, sure, Malacia came on and showed you that he plays better than you. Then you shouldn't be starting. Marcus Rashford, obviously, you shouldn't be playing this game of football. That's it. Because 2 games of football, you've been awful. You've been awful. That's it. So I 100% believe that United should go ahead and sit down these players, because amidst everything going on at United, we shouldn't be losing to certain teams. That's the fact. Why should we be losing to certain teams like these ones? We shouldn't know that. We shouldn't be losing to these teams. Now, for Ten Hag, as these players want to hijack his role of really pressurizing the board to bring in more players, Ten Hag remains keen to bolster his squad line before the transfer deadline, even if Ronaldo stays, by signing a backup striker and a versatile forward. So that is Eric Ten Hag. Obviously, we know he's chasing in for 2 centre midfielders, Frankie de Jong and Rabiot. Some good news about Rabiot. Then, when you look at the centre forward, he's looking at Cody Gakpo, because Cody Gakpo can play as a centre forward and can play as a left attacking midfielder. A left attacking midfielder. Then Antony, he's looking at Antony to play on the right attacking side of the midfield. So I really believe that we have lots of stories. Cody Gakpo in there for you, then Antony is coming in there for you, but he wants to bolster his squad. But there is a story that I really found very important to really let you know about a man who goes by the names of Rabiot, as Rabiot has been spotted in London. He was spotted by a TikToker, and he really had to do a video and posted it onto different social media platforms. What I did was, I got out the words that really were in this conversation, but I couldn't really get that video. Because I don't have the copyright to that video. If at all I put it here, I might get a strike. But Rabiot has been spotted in England, meaning that everything is coming to close, and I think he's going to undergo his medical soon. So let's wait and see what Fabrizio tells us about the deal of Rabiot. But Adrien Rabiot spotted in England as he edges closer to a United transfer. Then a supporter said, "I am here with the great player Rabiot of Juventus, now in England, so I wish you the best, brother, bye." Rabiot said, "Thank you, bye-bye." This TikToker is known as Crazy Couples are dinner in there for you. So he said, "I'm here with the great player Rabiot of Juventus, now in England, so I wish you the best, bye-bye." So it looks like Rabiot is in England and his deal is imminent, because what is really lagging behind this deal are the personal terms. And this is where I come and question the incompetence of United. Sorry, the competence, not the incompetence. I question the competence of this board. It's coming to 10 days ever since we agreed a fee with Juventus. But right about now, United has not gone ahead to do the needful and agree personal terms with Adrien Rabiot. That's the problem. You see, it shows you the incompetence of these people at the club. If you can't agree personal terms of Rabiot, you get, it's better you tell him I'm giving you I'm giving you £140,000. That's it. If you are not taking that money, the deal is off. Look for another team to go to, and then we go in for another midfielder, because never tell me that this world is extinct of central midfielders. CDMs are everywhere. In Portugal, they are there. Eredivisie, they are there. In Germany, they are there. There are very many. Italy, they are there. There are very many central defensive midfielders. In Brazil, they are there, that you can bring here and do that job that is costing our team. You get that you can get even on a cheap. But how do you take such a time negotiating a deal for a player who you are competing with, who has no competitor? No one is competing with United for Adrien Rabiot, but you're taking 10 days to send that player. This club's incompetency is really way above the ordinary. It's beyond, it's stinky. It is stinky, guys. You get? When someone tells you that that board is stinking and you still doubt that person, look at what is happening between United and Rabiot. How long are we taking to sign this player? If United were really competent, Rabiot would have been a player of United by Tuesday last week. That's it. He would have even taken part in that game of Brentford. That's it. But because the incompetency of the board is way far, you can't bring in Rabiot. You get? So, the Jong, 3 months negotiations, Rabiot taking all that period. It took Sancho 2 years to come at Manchester United. The incompetence of these people is really questioned. So, Rabiot is in England, but he's taking his time. I think the deal is nearing completion, and he is really going to become a player of Manchester United. So, another story is coming in from Brazil, Goal Brazil. As far as Antony is concerned, we've been given an update after Antony came out and really told us yesterday that it's his agent to discuss whether he's leaving Ajax or staying. Then, Goal Brazil has told us that Antony is a direct request of Ten Hag for the season. The Red Devils have already made a proposal in excess of 60 million euros. Man United believes that in the final stretch of the window, Ajax can accept a lower value than expected to sell him. That's it. So, United are working on multiple deals, but them working on multiple deals, it's really being dragged back by the finance that they're having. One, they told Erik Ten Hag that when you're coming at Manchester United, we are going to give you £150 million to spend. Then, each and every player you're going to sell, the amount of money you're going to get from him is going to be added to your budget. Ten Hag comes in here knowing that he's going to sell Aaron Bissaka, Eric Bay, Brandon Williams, Alex Telles, which other player? Dean Henderson, Phil Jones, Twanzebe. Those are close to 7 players that the manager really would have sold. Okay, 5. And when I really counted those players and the amount of money we can get out of them, it amounted close to £70 million. That is mounting that from 150 to 220 million pounds. So if at all is having 220 million pounds, then would have been getting in players like Antony. But because we are really having a budget of 150 million pounds, Erik Ten Hag is so much wanting the Frankie de Jong deal to come in through, and is afraid to go on to really go ahead and do another deal before he brings in Frankie de Jong, because he believes that the central midfield is his problem. We've so far spent 60 million pounds on Malacia and Lisandro Martinez, meaning that we are only having 90 million pounds left. So if you get out close to 70 million pounds and you pay it to Ajax, that means you're left with only 20. Yet the sales are really going slow. They are really going slow. That's why United has gone ahead to say that, all right, we're going to sell James Garner, yet he's one of the most valuable members of the squad. And what shows you that James Garner is really so much talented? Look at the teams that are interested in him. Spurs, Chelsea, Southampton, you get Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. All good teams are interested in this player. So why would we sell such a player? Yet Scott McTominay is here who can't get this job done. It's better this board and the Glazers worked out, because when you look at the transfers going now, look at Chelsea, how they're spending money. Chelsea spent £62 million on a left back, Cucurella, from Brighton. You all know that. So I don't really believe that the problem would have been us paying the money to Ajax that they want. The problem is the board, that we're having owners who have never injected a single coin in this team. They bought us on dates. Till now, £600 million demanded from the franchise of Manchester United by that American bank. They are getting dividends since 2005. Is it 2005, 2007? One of those years. They are getting dividends. They've gotten richer and richer. They've gotten more famous in the world. And we are here being used by this man who goes by the names of the Glazers. Look at Todd Boehly. If at all we had an owner like maybe Todd Boehly or Abramovich, you get all a Kroenke at Arsenal who never bought us on date, who would have said, all right, I'm going to sanction and fund the signing of Antony, but the club will get me my money back. Shamefully, the Glazers can't get out of those lots of monies they've gotten from Manchester United for close to how many years? Because they came in, are they 17 years? For those 17 years they've been at United, it's nearing to a decade. They can't get out like £60 million and say, all right, let's get you £60 million, you'll pay it back to us, get in Antony, because the manager wants it, because the budget is short. Look at Chelsea. Todd Boehly is here to spend close to £300 million to bring in players. So I don't even want to listen to anything concerning the Glazers, because they've never gotten any money for this. I don't want to hear that they are pricing Antony out of the move. Realistically, he shouldn't be costing that amount of money. But if you are a competent football club and you know what backing the manager is, you have to get him that player, because that's the player he wants. That's the player he wants. You went and paid £50 million for Freddie. Who complained? That was way back in 2018? You get? From Shakhtar Donetsk. Imagine Shakhtar Donetsk, not even near to the Eredivisie. Why don't you get £70 million and pay it to bring in Antony? So to me, the Glazers should be funding United. Let them get part of the money they've made at United and really invest it right now, because they've never invested any single penny in United. Let no one lie to you. They are here to milk this cow. They turned United into their cash cow. That's it. So the Glazers are really doing that, and they are continuing to do it. And I really believe that we are not really going to go any further, because for them, they're living up to their dreams and hype. They are very much okay with what is going on at United, because they are getting in money. But this time round, I will believe that we, all the fans of United, should gang up against the Glazers, because they are the reason as to why we are into this mode. You get? So a player who goes by the names of Antony, United made an offer of €60 million. It was turned down by Ajax. That is close to £55 million, meaning that Ajax are really requesting for some more £15 million. I believe that at £70 million, they will get us this player. United, they're saying that's where we can reach. So they are believing that towards the end of the window, everything will go on and they get Antony to the levels where they want him to be. But I really believe Antony should be gotten, because we are having money. Why don't they get us money? That budget should be stretched up to £200 million, because it's them that are not selling these players. If these players were sold early enough, we wouldn't have been here saying that obviously we don't want to go in and bid for Antony because the money is not enough. They are really delaying us, and they are slow at doing things. They can't sell, they can't buy, they can't negotiate. And the negotiators of United have been described as arrogant and proud by the agents of the players. So we need a proper structure at Manchester United, and Antony should be brought at Manchester United. Then, Erik ten Hag has contacted Gakpo about a possible transition to the Premier League. There is currently dormant interest from Manchester United. It's supposed to be dominant. Okay, but this has been reported by Endoheaven's Dark Blood. So this guy is really so much closer to PSV Eindhoven, and he has told us that Ten Hag has contacted Gakpo about a possible transition to the Premier League, and he knows that he can get his job done. The reason as to why he really wants Gakpo can play as a winger and as a centre forward, so he needs versatility in the signings he's going to bring, because he has got to know that he doesn't have a lot of money to spend, and everything is really going the way he doesn't want it to go. He believes that these players should be here right about now, and the board is really letting him down by not letting him Gakpo. Cody Gakpo is really one of those players that PSV assumes will still have him for its game against Rangers. Remember, PSV are saying we are not really letting Cody Gakpo go, or his fate is not going to be known, not until that last qualifying tie between them and Rangers. So they beat Monaco, and now they're with Rangers. I think this week they're playing, and next week they're playing, and by next week everything will be known whether they're really willing to sell this player. But it's said that they value this player at close to 45 million pounds. That's what they want from this player. That is Cody Gakpo. But Erik ten Hag is so much observant and wants this player to come in at Manchester United. So that's the latest about Cody Gakpo. I know very many of you have been asking me about what's about Cody Gakpo? What's about Cody Gakpo? That's the latest from Cody Gakpo, and this is what we've gotten from PSV Eindhoven Dark Blood. Obviously, Marcel van der Kraan, you know him. He works for the Telegraph in Netherlands. He has told us that I've heard from very strong sources that Manchester United's offer for Frankie de Jong has expired. New negotiations will have to begin. They'll have to make a new construction to fulfill the economic wishes of the player. So when you hear such a story, it shows you that the player is having a wish to come to United. And this confirms a story that I really said in the morning from TalkSport, that Alex Crook of TalkSport told us that he has been told that by the game of Liverpool, De Jong is going to be a Manchester United player. Even yesterday, I think, was it yesterday? I did a story that Erik ten Hag is planning to meet De Jong face to face this week. So, if they are going to sit and restructure the economic wishes of Frankie de Jong, that means the agent of Frankie de Jong have submitted the economic wishes they want from Manchester United to get this player. And obviously, there is no way because these are what we call personal terms. So these personal terms are really discussed, and that means United and the player are in touch, and the player is willing to come to Manchester United. So by the end of this deal, I think there are very many journalists that are really going to get ashamed after saying that Frankie de Jong doesn't want to come to Manchester United. If he never wanted to come to Manchester United, we wouldn't have been in this deal up to now. That's my only belief, because United pulls out of deals early enough to go in and bring in other players, because there are very many players that can play into that position, but right now Frankie de Jong is the only proven player available. So as things stand, United are reconstructing to fulfill the economic wishes of Frankie de Jong. What does that mean? Obviously, United are in touch with Frankie de Jong and the agent, and Frankie de Jong is okay to come to Manchester United. To me, I would believe that if at all we add Frankie de Jong, adding Rabiot, I think at least 70 or 80% of our midfield problems would have been solved. That's it. That's it. They would have been solved. Then, when you go in and you bring in Antony and Gakpo, then at least that will be a good summer. A 7 out of 10 for me. It won't be bad. It won't be bad. It won't be bad. All right? So, let's wait and see how this happens. But that story coming in from Van der Kraan from Netherlands, that he got the information from strong sources that Manchester United's offers expired, and they're now making new negotiations with Frankie de Jong to give him a deal that he wants to come to Manchester United. So let's wait and see where this deal goes from, because today is what? Today is Monday. So let's wait and see how things are really going to go on at Manchester United. Now, Court Offside has gone ahead to confirm to us that United are really interested into signing Jamie Vardy, a deal that I hate. United have had some contact with Jamie Vardy of a potential transfer and have made their terms to him clear that they will only sign him on a 1-year deal. You get? United are ready to offer Jamie Vardy a 1-year deal if he leaves, if he joins from Leicester City. So, guys, going for Jamie Vardy, I'd rather go in for Morata. I'm sorry to say it, but going in for Jamie Vardy, I'd rather go in for Jamie Vardy for Morata, because Morata, at least I'm 100% sure that's going to put in a shift. But Jamie Vardy from Leicester City, a player that wouldn't even have wanted way back in 2016 when he led Leicester City to the triumph of the Premier League, then why should we go in for him now? I see no reason for us going in for this player. I see no reason for us going in for this player. I don't see that reason. Do you see it? I don't see any reason for us going in for this player who goes by names of Jamie Vardy, and I hate it. Things I don't want to hear, not even for a single day. Why should we get in a player like Jamie Vardy at Manchester United? Have we dropped like that to that level? No way. We shouldn't be getting in players like Jamie Vardy at Manchester United. We should be getting in other players that are really good in the levels of really taking us to the levels that we really are supposed to be in. As we rejected a move of Anatovic, then we shouldn't be allowing this deal of a man who goes by names of Jamie Vardy. Then, Court Offside again has told us that United have been informed of the availability of the likes of Mauro Icardi and Raul de Thomas. Mauro Icardi, PSG, put him on the list that they want, the list of players they want out. Then Raul de Thomas, I think he plays for which team? He plays in the Champions. He plays in La Liga. That's where he plays in. So it looks like there are very many options of United as far as the centre forward is concerned. But obviously, to me, I was already told you that I don't want a signing that plays in the forward role right about now. The first signings I want to see midfielders at Manchester United. That's what I want to see. I want to see midfielders being signed at Manchester United. That's it. I don't want to see other players being brought. 2 midfielders in, then we think of the centre forwards and the wide forwards. But right now, midfielders, if Rabiot comes in, Jong comes in, good. Then we look at the likes of Antony and Gakpo. But before the other two come in, let's not even think of really signing in players that are not central midfielders, because that's the problem that is causing us to lose all these games. Let's get that position solved, and then we see where our club is going to be. Thank you guys for watching. Smash the like button, comment and share. Remember, we want to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of this month. Today is 15th, 16 days left. Let's see to it that we really meet this in a nick of time, and subscribe to this channel, guys, such that we really hit this milestone together. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later, but your reactions are welcome into the comment section below. We've talked about the players of United sending a save our ship message to what we call the board. Then secondly, we've seen Erik ten Hag blossoming up, all blustering to get in more signings. He has contacted Gakpo. He wants Antony. Then Rabiot is in England. So let's wait and see how these things are really going to go, as United really have given Jamie Vardy a 1-year offer to join them, and then if that 1 year expires, he's going to be sold by Manchester United. Our second story of the day, we are left with one I promised you that, however much we started late, we are really going to add up things and really make them happen in here onto the United Matters channel. Rokan David is my name. I'm out. Liverpool is playing Crystal Palace Monday Night Football.